Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. Today is the 1010 portal. So this is a big energetic day across the astrological community and the spiritual community and the ascension aware community. I just made that up. That sounds good though, because we're all ascending, just some people know it and some people don't. So 1010 today. What's up? And it's 810. It's 810 on 1010 where I'm at. So good morning. Yesterday we did the law of polarity. Today we're going to do another law. I have to look. I think it's prayer and meditation. Isn't that going to be sweet? Today we're going to do the law of prayer and meditation. And then we're going to pull some oracle cards. Surprise, surprise. That's what we always do. So I'm up a little earlier today. I've been up, but it's still I have quite the morning routine. Oh my goodness, quite the morning routine. And yesterday I was pretty motivated, got a late start with housework, but I still stayed on track. For me, weekly rhythms are really important. It's Wednesday, right? You just vacuum the carpet whether you want to or not. Today is Thursday, Turds Day. I have 5 rabbits. They all need their cages clean. They pretty much all need fresh water. They'd love some hay. It's gross, but I'm happy to do it. So we just have our routines, and I'm also starting the routine that every Thursday I wash my bed sheets too. Just get into these little habits so that these dumb mundane chores can actually kind of become mindless and routine, and they just get done. And while I'm still living in the 3D world, even though it is a 1010 portal, whatever that means, I still have to get stuff done. And then I'm going to go to my mom's house today and do a little yard work. And I'm thinking ahead, going to contact my one friend, Charity, and see if they want to come over for Halloween. My kids have Halloween on the mind this year. It's just annoying to me, but hey, I guess since I'm telling them they cannot do the trunk or treat, this is the issues that I have in my life right now. Arguing with my kids that they want to do the trunk or treat, and I'm to hell with it. I don't care. I'm tired of being bullied into things that I don't want to do. But I know they want to do something for Halloween, so I'm thinking let's have some friends over. They've decorated. It's really cute what they've done. They've painted their own decorations and things like that. I'll buy some high quality chocolate, and we'll just maybe have ourselves a little party. So anyways, that's what I'm waking up to. I had the most stupid dream ever. This is why I don't keep a dream journal. Bernie Sanders was in my dream last night. He wasn't feeling very well. He was going to the hospital. There was a huge crowd at the hospital. We were freaking there for whatever reason. So Bernie Sanders was in my dream, and so he's coming up to the door, and my youngest daughter is enthralled with him, just completely enthralled with him, going up to him, hugging him, holding the door for him. He leans down to give her a hug, and she's looking up at him, and he throws up in her face, in her mouth, in her face, everywhere. Bernie Sanders was in my dream, and he throws up on my kid. This is why I don't keep a dream journal. Then for the rest of the dream, which seemed really long, it was all about me finding our vehicle in this very, very long and wide parking lot, cleaning her up, trying to get her cleaned up, trying to get her mouth rinsed out. It was disgusting. This is why I don't keep a dream journal. So thanks a lot, Bernie. All right, so yesterday we did the law of polarity, which was very long, and all I wrote down in my notebook was that everything is dual, and everything has poles, and everything has its pair of opposites. And there was a lot more to it, but the only other thing that I wrote down is we get to choose, like between love or fear. They had a whole bunch of choices, right? The principle of polarity makes it possible for these choices between good and evil, right and wrong, generosity and greed, love and fear, truth and lies, all that kind of stuff. But the thing is, what we put out, we get back. And there was an awesome example of how a pendulum, when you swing it out, it comes right back pretty much to the same spot. Like it said, when when like the swing of a pendulum, it always returns where it began. But if you have a pendulum like I do, you know that it like just pretty much comes back to where it started. It loses a little bit of its momentum. But if you have, a pendulum without resistance, which what the universe is, right, then it really actually does swing back. Okay, so be careful what you're putting out. We live under the principle or law of polarity, so you get to choose, honey. You get to choose. I'm so surprised I didn't punch Bernie in the face last night. Like, really. But she was, like, so, like, loving him. My daughter was loving him. It was weird. All right, so today we're going to do the 71st law, number 71, the law of prayer and meditation. And this is sizable, but we can get through it. We can do it. Just pray on it. Meditate. So let's see. There's actually a law of prayer and meditation. Well, according to the website that I printed out, these 105 laws, number 71 is the law of prayer and meditation. So let's have a drink of our tea first. And I'm really going to actually start drinking my tea from now on, because let's do another random story before I get started here. Yesterday, I was watching a video from Amanda Ellis. She's a British woman, so she actually says her name Amanda Ellis. And she was channeling Dolores Cannon. And this was, I think it was last month, but I hadn't been drawn to it really. And just yesterday while I was doing dishes, it kind of appealed to me, so I thought I would listen in. I love her videos, by the way. But I have to be in the mood for them. They're slow, but I like that they're slow. And I'm like, well, of course you do, because you kind of do a slow podcast too. Like maybe you and Amanda should hang out. All right, so what the heck am I saying? Oh, right. So she was channeling. She doesn't do like a trance channel, but it's a nice channel. Like she brings in messages through herself, but she's pretty alert while she's doing it. So she was talking to Dolores Cannon, and Dolores had some interesting things to say. The one thing that stuck with me, now I'm getting even off on another tangent. The only thing that I remember today is that we really are supposed to embrace ourselves as light. So like when you're visualizing your hair, even start to see it as light. You're like, I am light. Like when you visualize the inside of your body, your bones and whatnot, visualize them made up of light. Like I am light. Because when it all boils down to it, atomically, we are light. Everything's made up of light. So it's just really something that we should start to do, affirm and accept. Ooh, there's a woodpecker. Honestly, right outside my window on the lilac bush. He better not be pecking at it. Okay, there he flew off. Oh, he was so cool with his red head, a woodpecker. All right, anyways, I am light. So now, like when I'm brushing my hair and I'm noticing how much I'm shedding right now, oh my gosh, like so much hair has come out the last month. I'm visualizing it's just a form of light. Like my hair is light. So anyways, that's my random tangent to my random story, that while she was talking to Dolores, Amanda needed a drink of water. And so she tried to take a drink pretty quickly, kind of like I do, like in the middle of my podcast when I can't wait until in between segments. Like I try to wait until I break a little bit to, slurp on my tea. But sometimes I try to sneak a drink in because I need one. And so she took a drink of her water quickly, And she put it down, and she said, Dolores just told me to take my time and really drink my water, and don't rush for you guys. You can wait. And I laughed out loud when I heard it, because I was like, I don't know, I could relate from that perspective. Like, they can wait 2 seconds for you to take a drink. But there was actually, it wasn't just like that type of funny haha. There was actually a message to it that, like, we should not be rushing our water intake. Water is precious. Water is life-sustaining. Water carries energy and messages. And when we take it into our body, it should be, I'm so glad we're doing the law of prayer and meditation as I'm saying this, it should be a practice of prayer and meditation. It should be sacred. It should be a beautiful ritual. You don't need to gulp down your water mindlessly. So when I pick up my cup of tea from now on, I might smell it, because I love smelling my tea before I drink it. And you might hear me slurp and gulp and swish it in my mouth. I mean, I'm not going to make a bad habit of it, I promise. But when we start drinking our tea and our water from now on, let's slow it down. And she also said and the same thing goes with air. You don't need to suck it in real fast, like as if there isn't enough in the world. Like, start to take your breaths really slow and meaningful, and let them out completely. Like, there's really no rush. And that's interesting too, because like when I do an affirmation, sometimes I cut that exhale short because I feel like you're in a hurry, or I'm in a hurry, or I gotta hurry up and get this podcast done. But actually, we're really being encouraged right now from a lot of different angles, this was just one of them, to slow it down, to just be, to take it easy. There's no rush. Slow it down. These things that we do on the daily, breathing, drinking, right? Slow it down and let it become a sacred practice. So anyways, it made me laugh, and then it also really made me realize, yeah, you're right. We're rushing our breaths and we're gulping our water. And it's like the two things that literally are essential for this human vessel, we are rushing through and not approaching them as sacred practices. So there you go. Just the fact that you're breathing and drinking water, just those two things today. Slow it down, be as mindful as you can, make it as sacred as possible. Don't rush, don't gulp. You're still probably going to slurp a little bit, but slow it down and enjoy it. And everybody can wait while you enjoy and take in your water. And everybody can wait until you take that nice deep breath before you start talking. What do you think about that? How would that change your day today? Would it? Let's have a sip. There we go. Slow it down. Okay, so the law of prayer and meditation. Let's do this. But just as a side note, I still am going to try to schedule my breaks so I can clear my throat and burp without doing that in your ear. I mean, seriously, girl, keep it together. Slow it down, but keep it together. So the law of prayer and meditation. Prayer is a conscious, concerted effort. Prayer is a conscious, concerted effort to commune with the consciousness of life and its creator. And thus we speak to God. Prayer is also an aligning, cleansing process, opening up our inner selves to the source of all life and demonstrating that we are anxious for enlightenment and guidance. In prayer, we speak to God, but so often we do not wait for a reply. Meditation is the freeing and emptying of ourselves of obstacles that hinder communication and allow us to channel the God force spiritually, mentally, and physically. Meditation is likened to God speaking to us and is the attunement of our physical and mental bodies to their spiritual source. Okay, so there's a quote. Be still and know that I am God. End quote. In meditation, correctly aligned and unobstructed, the creative forces of God can rise along spiritual and physical channels in our bodies and be decimated through sensitive spiritual chakras. Prayer is the precursor of meditation. Meditate regularly. Meditate regularly as we meet the living God within the temple of our own body, cleansed and consecrated. Okay, so this is something that I've always stumbled upon and thought and even said in some of my live streams on my YouTube channel. Like, prayer and meditation go hand in hand. Like, you're not just a type that does one or the other. I mean, you might be, but you shouldn't be. Just hear me out. It goes hand in hand. Like, some people are like, no, I don't meditate, I only pray. And other people are like, no, dude, prayer's not for me, but I like totally meditate, right? Like, sometimes it's like they pick teams, but here's the thing, they work best together. They were intended to go together. Prayer and meditation go hand in hand. So prayer is when we ask our questions, and meditation is when we receive our answers. Like, you literally want to be doing both. So yeah, like it was saying, like a lot of times we pray and ask, for guidance, but we don't wait around for a reply. So really, like, if you wanted to get a nice solid spiritual practice, it would be prayer then into meditation. You would pray first. You would talk to God, right? You would ask Creator for guidance, right? And then you need to quiet down, free up the obstacles, and allow the God force to channel within you and see how you feel, see what comes up, see what guidance comes in, see what thought comes in, see what idea comes in, see what feeling comes in. Maybe you'll just sit there and feel like you're filled with sparkly light and there are angel wings hugging you from behind. That's pretty good guidance, right? Because a lot of times what we're looking for is comfort. Yeah, our head's looking for specific answers, but really there is a part of us that just wants to be comforted and reassured that everything's going to be all right. So yeah, the law of prayer and meditation. You really want to be doing both. So of course there's some challenges, like if you've never prayed before, you don't really know, like, well, I don't even know if I know how to pray. Well, I guess there's no probably wrong way to do it. So just whatever you think, like, who do you want to address your prayer to? God, source, all that is, Creator, Great Spirit, Great Mother, God, Goddess, Mother, Father, God. Like, you can, all that is, like, whatever, dear whatever, dear whatever has created all of this, just talk to source, okay? Talk to the energy of universal love. Talk to the universe. It really doesn't matter how you define it into your head, but, communicate with that energy. Ask for guidance. And then, start to breathe slowly, like we said. Empty out your mind best you can. Breathe in again. Just keep focusing on your breath. And just keep doing that and sit quietly for a while. Enjoy that ultra relaxed state of feeling and beingness, just that state of being. You are a human being. Make sure you just be more. Allow yourself to be. And then just be open and non-judgmental what comes through. And if nothing comes through, no big deal. At least you sat down and relaxed a little bit. And you allowed yourself to get in a better energetic place to receive messages now throughout your day. And then even like next time, like it's something that you get better at. And I don't mean like better, like but you get more efficient at, you get more open. The more you meditate, the more you pray and then meditate, you become more open each time you do it. And then if you incorporate it as a daily practice, morning, noon, or night, whatever works for you, just pick a time and do it every day. Like your mind will start to like understand like, oh, okay, it's 3:33. I always pray and meditate right now. Or it's time for bed, time to pray, ask for guidance and meditate, get my answers, and then go to sleep and forget them. Go to sleep and have stupid dreams. But yeah, just get into the habit every day of a practice. And then you get more open to it and you enjoy it more. So that is the law of prayer and meditation. The last sentence is meditate regularly as we meet the living God within the temple of our own body, cleansed and consecrated. I'd have to look up that word. Anyways, can't be too bad. Sounds okay to me, but I love that it also uses the word attunement because I'm doing the Course in Miracles and they are always using that word attunement. And today I'm actually on lesson 273. I know it. 273. And listen to my lesson today. The stillness of the peace of God is mine. So I've been having synchronicities out the wazoo between my Course in Miracles lessons and the laws of the universe and the cards that I pull. Like in my life, synchronicity abounds. It's incredible. So yeah, today is the stillness of the peace of God is mine. And this is just a free app that I downloaded on my phone. Every day I read this lesson and then I go over to YouTube to Tina Louise Spalding. She reads the lesson again to me because I need that. I'm an audio person. So her reading it to me, I hear it better, differently, you know, it sinks in a little bit more. Then she does a channeling of Jesus and it's always awesome. It has always been for 273 days now, been an awesome current message that brings this Course in Miracles to life even more for me. So Tina, I love you. You have literally been amazing. And we're still not done. There's 365 lessons. So it's quite a long journey. I've made so much progress within my mind in clarifying it and changing. Still not perfect, obviously, but we're not striving for perfection. We're just striving for excellence. And we're also personally striving just to create a mental space that we enjoy. Because anywhere you go, there you are. You always take yourself with you. So it's really, really important for you to enjoy yourself. So whatever works for you, whatever spiritual practices work for you, to attune yourself, to clarify, to cleanse, to open, to bring in that God source spirit energy into your being. And that is what, you know, these last couple days of the Course in Miracles is all about. Like yesterday was about illusions. Like, why would I want to settle for illusions when I have access to heaven within, when I have access to God? Like it said, heaven can be created just as easily as hell, which cracked me up because yesterday was like, you know, the law of duality or polarity. And I was like, yeah, like we get to choose. We get to choose if we want to stay in our heads and just be distracted by illusions, some of them beautiful and gold plated and shiny and pumpkin spiced, you know, but it's still distractions nonetheless? Or do we want to choose a different route, go within ourselves, go within our heart space, go into our inner temple and connect with that? Like, why would you pick anything else if you have access to that? You feel me? All right, so that's the law of prayer and meditation. I'm going to set it over here to the side, and today I am going to be a good girl and write it in my notebook as soon as we are done here. But now it's time for us to choose something to pull from. So I love having an entire drawer here beside me full of oracle cards. And the one that is calling me first is the Wisdom of Trees oracle. The Wisdom of Trees. So I want to do that one. Oh, really? And I also want to do an herbal healing card. Okay, so that means we might be here for a little bit, but that's okay. We're taking our time today. Look at me. I'm going to drink my tea again. I'm going to kick it to the back of my throat. Like, I don't mind making everybody wait a minute. Doesn't that make you laugh? Like, they can wait. People in your life can wait for you to drink your water and to take your deep breaths. They can wait for you. It's 3 freaking inhales and 3 freaking exhales. They can wait for you. So if people are making you feel rushed, just think of this and laugh and be like, they can wait. They can wait. All right, so the Wisdom of the Trees oracle. These are really cute cards. They're so stiff. They're cute, though. Jane Struthers. I don't know Jane, but I like Jane because this is an awesome deck. Oh, my gosh. Some of them they're all over the place. I feel like smearing them around the table here real quick. I'm going to do that. Can you wait? I'm going to smear them all around. Okay, so I can get them a little bit more extra jumbled than they already are. This is a great oracle deck for doing reversals. She has very concise messages in the guidebook. There are all kinds of trees from all over the world. Some really mystical looking trees. There's our first tree. I didn't see what it was. I'm just going to put it down. There's our other tree. Ooh, that was interesting. Okay, as I picked it up to put it down, it literally rotated in my hand to switch directions. That was cool. And one more from the Oracle of the Trees. If you have a great message for us, prayer and contemplation is on tap today. So how many times are you going to check in within yourself? There is, we got that one from the bottom. Oh, and we want the top one too. Okay, fine, we're doing 4. How many times can you check in today? A little prayer, a little quiet pause, a little meditative state. Like, okay, remember what I said the other day at the beginning of the week? I sung to you, I said, 'tis the season to delete all your social apps, la 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 la, mainly Facebook. But seriously, 'tis the season to detox your social media. And why not, instead of like scrolling through Instagram again or looking at the same old stupid post on Facebook, why don't you just keep your phone off? Like, just don't even turn on the screen. And instead, just close your eyes. And, you know, you can say a silent prayer, or you can, you know, sometimes like our prayers, they've already been heard. So maybe like just quiet down. Like, you know, you've already asked. Now it's time for you to receive your answers. So just like see how many times you can check in today. And so like next time that you grab your phone to like mindlessly open up Twitter again, just be like, oh, right. I'm going to check in differently for a sec. I'm going to turn this off. I'm just going to feel how good it feels to close my eyes and go within. And I don't really care if everybody in the waiting room is wondering if I'm asleep or not. Like, I'm over here breathing my slow breaths, listening for that guidance within, feeling that peace. and just doing something for me. All right, so here we go. We have 4 just straight in a boring old line. Like it's just like a left to right. Okay, so our first tree is apple. Are you kidding me? We just got apple yesterday with the herbiary deck. Okay, so we really are in fall, aren't we? But this is apple reversed, and we got apple reversed yesterday. Is that kind of funny? Okay, our second card, and this is the one that turned itself around. Ooh, because it wanted to be upright, and I shit you not, it is Papal, and there is a person meditating in this tree. Well, it is the tree. There is I would say a goddess or a god, like a Buddhist monk, androgynous meditator carved into this tree of Papal. And there is a prayer flag. I'm not joking you. There is a prayer flag strung across the branches above this meditator in this tree. Oh, you guys, put your hands to your chest right now. Put it right over your heart space. I feel so impressed, blessed, and just magical that this card very deliberately and obviously turned itself around so that it would be upright for us, so that we could really understand that the law of prayer and meditation is fully accessible right here, right now, for all of us. Like, it's doable. And for a lot of us, most of us, we've been doing it, right? But of course we can do it more and better and get more open. I know this. Oh gosh, I know this. But it's like don't get hard on yourself. It's okay. Just start where you are. Okay? Just start. Just start. Going within more, taking more time for meditation. So if you can only do it once a day, hey, that's a good start. But if you can do this like 3 times a day, how many times can you check in throughout the day? It's a really long day. Come on, you guys. Like, regularly keep checking in with yourself. Okay, then we have the bottom, a one from the bottom, and then the top. So our next 2 trees are Cedar of Lebanon. And doesn't that feel like, I don't really know my religious history, but Lebanon, there's something going on there, right? Okay, the Cedar of Lebanon, Lebanon. And then we have the yew tree at the very end reversed. That little stinker, that little yew coming in. That poisonous tree coming in reverse at the end. But there's a message there for us, because there's something magical to know about the yew tree. I mean, it is the one that creates its trunk from the inside out. Am I right? It's the trunk. It is the tree that has a message of regeneration. And it creates an internal, central trunk. So it's like saying, like, if you don't pray and meditate, you are weakening yourself from the inside out. Whereas if you do practice prayer and meditation on the daily, you are strengthening yourself from the inside out. So let's just start with this message first. The inverse message of the yew tree says, give yourself the chance to recover your strength, to spend time alone, and to reinvigorate yourself. This might be a good opportunity for a holiday. Treat your body with respect, giving it the food, drink, and rest that you know it needs. So this is definitely a message for you to take care of yourself. This temple, this vessel. I mean, yes, we're really just walking corpses. I get that. But while our spirit is incarnated into this body, it is a sacred thing, because we have deemed it so. So we want to take care of it. Dolores, that was another thing that she had mentioned. It's like, as we increase our vibration, we raise in frequency, we kind of move into this newer energy of the new earth. You cannot take your leadened body with you. You have to lighten up. You have to start giving it foods that are lighter, healthier, more nutritious. You have to start thinking thoughts that are lighter, happier, more positive. Heavy foods, heavy thoughts, negative, 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 negative. It just makes you heavy. And I'm not just talking about numbers on a scale. I'm talking about the way your body feels. I'm talking about how are you feeling like you drag yourself everywhere? Like, I'm 115 pounds, and sometimes I feel like in the past I have drug myself. Like, why does my body feel like it weighs a ton? Well, it's usually because I'm putting foods in it that are not that great for me, and I'm thinking negative thoughts, which weigh, they're so heavy. When we get into a negative mindset, it's dense. When we get into anger and depression and despair and regretfulness and resentment and animosity and annoyance and frustration and judgment, those are very dense feelings. Those are very dense energies. That's why we're tired. Even just talking about them made me tired. Look, listen to me. I want to jump off a cliff right now. That's why we have to get lighter. We have to see ourselves as light. We have to take more plants and herbs into our bodies. They understand what's going on in the world. Plants and herbs understand, and apples understand what's going on in the energetic world. They help us to lighten up. They help us cleanse us, to clear us, to clean our vessels out. So yeah, the yew tree it came in reversed for a reason. So did apple. Apple and yew, they're on the edges of this layout, saying, listen, you have to take care of your body. You have to respect it. And getting into that practice of prayer and meditation is going to help you start to respect your body. Like, even if you've hated your body up to this point and you've resented it and you see it as a nuisance, right? You can't wait to get out of it. Like, if you start really religiously having a practice of prayer and meditation, you will start to respect this vehicle for what it is. So yeah, I'm not religious, but I do things religiously. And taking care of myself and this body is definitely something that I have done religiously and I'm interested in. Obviously, that's why I created the podcast Herbal Marie, right? Because I want people to also be able to take care of their bodies, because I know that you will enjoy your life a lot more if you feel good. But it's all like intertwined. It's not just what we do to our bodies, but it's also what we think in our minds and how we feel and our intentions. And it really is. Health is so holistic. It has to be. There's no other way. But you says you've got to take care of you from the inside out. And let's just skip over to apple. Let me answer my phone. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to turn my ringer off in case anybody else calls. That kind of startled me. That was loud. Sorry if that was so loud. All right, apple. Cleansing our body. That's what we're talking about. Can I find the apple? So anyways, yeah, we got the apple yesterday. Apple 2 days in a row. And when the apple is inversed in this oracle, the Wisdom of the Trees oracle, it has a message that life is not always easy. But do not let fleeting problems rob it of meaning and importance. Do not hold on to anger or resentment, because they will eat into your soul. Greet each day with a loving heart and an open mind. So is that awesome? Or what I was just saying, how heavy and negative anger, resentment, all those feelings that weigh us down, literally. And Apple saying like, yeah, honey, it literally eats into your soul. So you need to purge the negative from you. And when you eat a lot of apples too, that really does clean you out too. You know, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, all that jazz. I have not been eating apples at all because I mentioned to you my daughter, you know, her whole lips swelling up. We're not sure what, we know it's definitely tomatoes and oranges probably. But as far as the other fruits go, we've kind of held back from being the fruitarians that we were kind of getting to be, because, you know, I'm trying to watch her and analyze why her lips keep on swelling up, which they haven't, but we have completely avoided all fruits, even apples. But I guess my cards are saying, okay, well, she might be having her deal, but, you know, you can still eat the damn apple. Like, okay, fine, like, do what you got to do for her and this fleeting problem. But Sadie, please, eat the apple. Eat the apple. You need to stay clear. So yeah, this that it came in reverse to let us know that don't let these tiny problems, like this phone call that I just got, that was my separated husband realizing that he needed to get his Jeep inspected like last month, which was really odd for him because usually he's on top of all that kind of stuff. So I had to call and make an appointment for him because apparently I still have to do that. That's fine. I don't mind. So if we had gotten this apple card upright, it would say, bless others with a full and open heart. Not only when you feel affectionate toward them, but also when they annoy you. So Apple, you're so funny. Let your actions reveal your sense of generosity, whether it is material, spiritual, or emotional. So yeah, let's just be nice to everybody, no matter what. Yeah, let's just be nice. Why? Because we're on a spiritual journey, yo. We are on a spiritual journey. And so the two cards in the center are Pipal and Cedar of Lebanon. And they both have a blue border, which means these are cards that are symbolically known for their roots, and they have a message of being. So that's beautiful because we are human beings and we're going to be more. We're going to be more, just breathing more and drinking our water slowly and beautiful. So yeah, this Pipal has a message of enlightenment, and Cedar of Lebanon is spiritual strength. Are you just so impressed sometimes with my cards? Because I am. All right, just want to take a drink and I'm out of my tea. All right, so I'm going to go get some more. Yeah, everyone can wait. So I love the messages, you know, to take care of you from the yew tree. Apple was kind of reminding us, you know, to not get caught up in the daily distresses and to be kind to everyone, even if they annoy you. Right? Because that is truly what a spiritual person in my mind does. Like, we don't get into the little distracting dramas, and we are not unkind to people. We are kind. Be kind to everyone. Always. So wonderful that we got the Pipal. I want to read more about these two inner trees. I appreciate Apple and you. Thank you. But I want to dive a little deeper into these two very spiritual trees because we are talking about the law of prayer and meditation today. So the Pipal is native to India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Indochina, and Southwest China. It's extremely long-lived, and it bears purple figs, and it grows to about 98 feet tall. So it has a message of enlightenment, and it has a deva. All the trees have devas. And the Pipal Deva message says, I am one of the world's most sacred trees. And this was the one who turned itself right. It turned itself around. And in Buddhism, I symbolize the world tree. I can help you to achieve enlightenment by stilling your mind, helping you to live solely in the moment, and thereby freeing you from all suffering. Yeah, because when you get into that now moment, that still space, you are free from everything. You are free from the jibber jabber in your mind. You are free from the mental clutter. You are free from the daily dramas. You are free. And that is how you achieve enlightenment, by living in the moment, freeing yourself from the suffering. So a little bit of history, let's get a little nerdy with it. Centuries ago, Hindus believed that the pipal, also known as the bo tree, was the sacred tree of Vishnu, the eternal divine being. The pipal is also the tree under which Buddha chose to meditate in his quest to release all sentient beings from suffering. The pipal consequently became known as the Bodhi tree, or the tree of awakening. Legend has it that in the 3rd century BCE, a shoot from this original tree was taken to Anuradhapura, there's a big long name, in Sri Lanka, where it still thrives. Decoctions of powdered pipal bark are used in Ayurveda to heal wounds and treat infections. So P-I-P-A-L, pipal. It's Ficus religiosa. Unbelievable. Religiosa. Ficus religiosa is the Latin name. P-I-P-A-L, pipal. Okay, so I shit you not, dear spiritual beings, the message for this card, that it turned itself right side up so we would have it. Mind you, it turned itself around in my hand. I've never had that experience before quite like that. The message is to set aside some time each day for meditation. Sit quietly and listen to the sounds around you so that you honor each moment. Practice mindfulness, in which you are aware of everything that you do from minute to minute. So our message is very on today, very focused, very deliberate. You must set aside time each day for meditation, okay? Because if you don't, it does tire you. Your anxious, never-ending banter going round and round in your head tires you, makes you anxious. You must set aside time every day to meditate, okay? Yesterday, or was it the day before? You know, we talked about our distractions. Yeah, most of them for me were sexual. But when we get caught up in our distractions, when we get caught up in our ideas, we are in the realm of the ego. We're in the ego's playground. And now it's time for us to make that choice, that deliberate choice. I choose something differently. I choose to live in my heart. I choose to live in the now moment. I choose to pray. I choose to meditate. I choose to free myself from suffering. We're going to learn how to relax our minds. We're going to learn how to be still. We're going to learn how to be mindful. We're going to learn how to go within. We're going to definitely learn and truly connect with the world around us on every level. We're going to understand that we are one. We are. Enlightenment is possible. It really is. Okay, so that is incredible. Incredible. And the next card that came out was Cedar of Lebanon. And it has a message of spiritual strength. So it's like just at the very end there, when we're like, okay, sounds good, sounds good, sounds good. But then like we kind of wobbled a minute, like, can I do this? It's saying, yeah, you can. Yes, you can. The Deva for the Cedar of Lebanon says humans have respected and worked with me for millennia. They use my wood to make their temples because they recognize that I can give them spiritual strength. Let me help you to become rooted in your own spirituality. So this is also extremely long-lived. It grows even taller than the papal. It grows to about 115 feet. It's native to Lebanon, the Eastern Mediterranean coast, and Asia Minor. So this was also about 5000 BCE. It was regarded as the world tree. So yeah, they both are really, really incredible, historic, religiously spiritual trees. It was regarded as the world tree and the home of Ea. It just says the home of capital EA, the god of wisdom. Successive civilizations continued to treat the cedar with awe and reverence. It features in the story of Gilgamesh, who was punished after destroying a cedar forest for his timber. Cedar wood is valued for the beauty and color of its grain, its spicy scent, and its resistance to rot and insect damage. Yeah, and when we graduated high school, like they give everybody a cedar box. In my high school, they give everybody a cedar box. It's kind of interesting. I still have it. Do you know what's in it now, though? My yoga toes and my old lady bunion little contraption that I'm supposed to do every day, but I don't. So maybe I should put on my yoga toes or my bunion retractor, whatever the F it is, and do that while I meditate. Okay, just saying. It is in my cedar box. All right, this makes cedar ideal for building houses and ships. And if you even put like a small piece of cedar in your wardrobe, it's a nice moth deterrent. I love the smell of cedar. Oh my God, I love it. And it kills ticks or something. It repels them. It's really amazing. Cedar wood is friggin' amazing. So here's our message from the Cedar of Lebanon. And it's right way up. So it says, trust your instincts and let your conscience guide you toward making the right decisions, especially if you are currently facing a difficult challenge. Know that you are as steadfast and grounded as the biggest trees in the forest. So this is all about us becoming grounded and strong within our own spiritual practice. You don't have to get up and go anywhere else. All you have to do is get up and go within yourself. That is your true spiritual practice. So yeah, I love that this was saying, like, even though you have a couple of them, it's like, even if you have these challenges or annoying people in your life, you can still be kind, you can still be steadfast, you can still be spiritual, you can still be strong, you can still be anchored. Yeah, there's a lot of suffering in the world. In it, you can get caught up in it and drowned right along with them. But if you really actually truly want to help the world, you have to rise above the suffering and become the beacon of light that you are, so that you can show other people the way. You can't help anyone in suffering by suffering along with them. The only way you can help people in suffering is to show them a different path, and then they can get out of suffering themselves. But if they don't know there's another way, then they just think that suffering is all they can do today. But you coming in, shining your light, radiating your peace, staying grounded, staying anchored, staying connected within, you become the example that they have been waiting for, right? So this spiritual practice, it's like, yes, do it for you. But here's the thing. When you do it for you, you're actually helping everybody. You become a living example. So as you take care of your body, as you take care of you, as you detox, as you eat nutritious foods, people lay eyes on you and say, oh, that's different than what I've been doing. And that person's really actually radiating a lot of happiness and joy and contentment and peace and light. I think I'm going to try that. I think I'm going to try that. I think I'm going to eat what they're eating. And then they talk to you like, well, what else are you doing? And then you're like, well, every day I've been praying, and then I've been quieting my mind and sitting still and meditating, and then looking for answers within. And then even throughout my day, I'm really being super mindful, like even just drinking my tea. I'm really slowing down, really just taking these deep breaths that seem to exhale forever. And it's like I didn't realize I had so much space within me. They're like, holy shit. And then they want to try it. So many thanks to Apple and the Yew Tree for just coming in to remind us to take care of ourselves. And thank you to Paul and the Cedar of Lebanon to telling us and inspiring us to embark on a journey of light, to stay true to this spiritual path. We can do this. We can most certainly do this. And at this point, why would we not want to? Why would we even want to choose anything else? So, wow. I don't even know how the hell I'm going to end this podcast, because I just want to sit here with my eyes closed and breathe with you. I just want to sit here and be quiet and listen to the sounds around us. Being in the now moment, accepting everything for what it is, and being in this present moment, this present stillness that doesn't allow for any other chatter, that doesn't allow for the day's distresses to enter, that releases us from suffering. That allows us to just be, to be within, to connect with that God source spark of light within. That quiet stillness, that peace, that love, that bliss. That stable, quiet joy, that love, that presence, that awareness, that God. That energy that you truly are. And that energy that you have access to on the daily, on the everyday, on the every moment, on the every now moment. That is the peace within. And that is the journey that you are seeking. All right, brace yourself, because here we go. Woo! Yeehaw, little doggy. We are praying and we are meditating and we are feeling good. So we didn't get to the herbal healing deck. We're going to do that tomorrow. We're going to finish our week with that beautiful deck. But today, right here, right now, these trees feel complete to me. Like, I just feel so good. I hope you feel good too. I want you to go outside today And close your eyes and put your face up to the sun and feel the warmth, and put your arms out to the side and stick your chest up to the sky and just breathe. And just feel that energy and feel the light on you, and ask the light what its message is, and say your prayer, and then quiet and listen and feel and know and be alive and be the human being that you are. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. All you need to do today is just be. And yeah, of course, there's a to-do list waiting for you. Hell, I got one too. But I'm going to go at it like the sacred spiritual being that I really know to be. I know I am. I know it. So thank you, Papal. Thank you, Cedar of Lebanon, for reminding us, for encouraging us, for guiding us, for leading the way. Thank you, Apple and you, for the important nudge that we got to take care of these bodies. We got to clarify, we got to cleanse the physical vessel and the mental space. So I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this so much. So shout out to the law of prayer and meditation. Look, I'm getting chill again. My eyes are already closed. I don't know how I'm going to go rake leaves at my mom's house with my eyes closed. But no, I'm going to do it. I'm going to be kind. I'm going to be easygoing, because I'm going to have meditated. I'm going to have prayed. I'm going to have listened. I'm going to be in touch with that inner guidance. And I'm going to be in touch and connected to everything. And I'm going to stay in the now moment, and I'm going to stay mindful, and I'm going to listen to the sound of the leaves as I'm raking them. And when I'm using the leaf blower, I'm going to listen to that obnoxious sound too. And I'm going to enjoy every moment, and I'm going to stay connected, because my purpose in the world is to relieve suffering and to help people. And the only way I can do that for anyone else is to do it first within myself, and then just allow everyone to see that I have done that, and allow them to know within them own selves that it is possible for them too. So on that note, peace is possible for everyone.